So guys, we can see the Bitcoin price following this price movements over and over again using these patterns as I told you in the past right here. And it always doesn't fail to complete the targets you see right here. And now this is an emergency video because right here guys, I found out something right here. Look at this. Got the resistance, the support, resistance, supports. Then you break out of that, you confirm that as resistance, and then you go exactly to the price target around here, and then you usually pull back. So right now we can see the Bitcoin price is forming this price movement you're going to see right now. So you can see here the Bitcoin price found strong resistance here, support here, resistance here, and now it lost this support around here, and now it's potentially heading all the way down around this level. So I'm gonna show you very quickly where are those levels located. So you can see guys, this is a weekly time frame by the way, and as you can see the Bitcoin price has confirmed two very bearish patterns, breaking out to the downside, and the price targets are very low. You can see one will be measured using the bear flag from here like this, boom, and you make this bear flag like this. You break out and you make this price target all the way down around here, this $23,000 level. And that guys will not be very weird. The Bitcoin price now has shown very likely scenarios for that price target to be met, because if we go to the weekly time frame, you can see this pink line is the 200 simple moving weekly average. And usually the Bitcoin price bottoms out during the cycles around these levels. And you can see that when the weeks pass by, this pink line will keep increasing. It will increase exactly at that price target. Look at that. If it were to extend like this, look at that. Oh, perfectly meeting this target right here. And now it's heading on its way. First, we got that bear flag. The second target will be even lower. How low? Look at this guys, you got to hear this resistance, support, use resistance here, you got this support around here, and here it lost the support right there. It even closed the weekly body candle just a little bit below that gel line, and boom, now it's heading down. Where does this price target is heading to? So this price target is heading all the way down to this $14,444 level for the Bitcoin price right here guys. And yes guys, this target, for instance, is not the most likely scenario in my opinion, because the only way I see the Bitcoin price going this low is if the S&P 500 and major stocks in the stock market start losing 40 to 50%, at least the S&P 500. If the S&P 500 loses 40 to 50% gains, a pullback around this year, this target would definitely be met. No doubt about that. Even when you have the previous all-time high, which hasn't been retested right here around this $19,520 level, you also have that line as support. So if the Bitcoin price is going to go all the way down, the most likely scenario guys, remember, it's not guaranteed, but using previous data, when you have a bigger time frame such as the weekly time frame, and you have these big patterns that are confirmed as this, because you have three touch lines around there, and then three touch lines around there, that confirms this support and resistance. So this pattern is valid right now, and it will not be weird if the Bitcoin price comes all the way down here, because as I mentioned before, this year is a 7-year cycle. It's a Shemitah. During those years, you see economic collapse. So it's not weird. Like you can go 7 years from now and another 7 years back and another 7 years back, and you will see that during those 7-year cycles, you will see that 2008 housing market crisis, and you also see the 9/11 incidents. So as you can see right here, guys, as I mentioned previously, these big patterns are no joke. But when the Bitcoin price follows these patterns, it's no joke. Look at this. Boom, boom. This is the price target. And met the target, pull back, again, another target right here, met the target, and it can even overextend. Now that overextension is not predictable because the technical price target was over here, but it is enough information to follow the Bitcoin price anyway, so it's okay. And also you can see right here, again, another pattern right here, and boom, it met the price target around this. Also, you can support my YouTube channel by clicking in the Patreon link in the description below, where you can get an elite VIP crypto investor membership, where you can get an immediate short-term buy opportunities, immediate short-term selling opportunities, live weekly long-term cryptocurrency price updates, Bitcoin tops and Bitcoin bottoms with certainty in the short term and in the long term. Also live updates, my buying targets, my selling targets, and these levels. So these price targets are very important, and even it still makes a lot of sense even in today's markets in the Bitcoin price. Here, support, resistance, it broke out, confirmation, and then start heading to the upside. Complete these both price targets right here, and then it overextended. That overextension, it's unpredictable. So that's pure euphoria. That's why you get, but no worries about that. So and here, support, resistance, support, and resistance, breakout, confirmation, and boom, met the target, pull back. So right now the Bitcoin price is following this pattern right here. Lost support. It can potentially retest this as resistance, make a lot of people joyful, then get heavily rejected and come back around this level, around this $22,400 level. If the Bitcoin price did it here, it will not fail to amuse me. It's going to eventually do that. It will do that eventually. It will retest those levels because of the 200 weekly simple moving average, and no, I think it's gonna be sooner than later on. So this weekly time frame, you can see right here, this 200 simple moving average, it makes a lot of sense. And also you see that after the Bitcoin price lost this 100 simple moving average in the weekly time frame, it's just immediate pullback. And historically, after the Bitcoin price loses that orange simple moving average, in that 100 simple moving average, and it hasn't failed to retest that 200 simple moving average, like you can see right here. Let's see here. So for example, this one, around this, when you have the pink line and the orange line, as soon as that orange line got lost as support, boom, we came here to that 200 simple moving average. The orange is the 100 simple moving average, again, just in case. And then after you retest that as support, then you get a new bull run. And here again, as soon as you lose that support, boom, immediately go to that simple moving average in the weekly time frame. It's not failing, guys. And here, lost it again, boom, again. Even if this was a black swan event, it did it anyways. So yeah, here it lost it again. And if you're gonna use probabilities, then this has a 100% rate in determining if the Bitcoin price is going to retest again this 200 simple moving average in a weekly time frame. So right now that has been completed. This orange line, the 100 simple moving average in a weekly time frame, has been broken. So now with a 100% rate, so far, doesn't mean it can't be invalidated, but so far 100% will mean this 200 simple moving average, this pink line around this $22,280 will be retested. And the beautiful confluence about this is this bear flag. This just adds up a lot of confidence that this is going to most likely be met, because the price target for that bear flag will be all the way down around this $23,000 level. And it will not surprise me if it has an overextension to the downside and retest this 200 simple moving average. And it will not even surprise me if it retests this $20,000 level. But for the moment, at least this $23,000 level will be met with almost a guarantee using the scenarios I already mentioned before. So using this right now, we can see that the Bitcoin price is going to most likely reach these levels right here. And if the Bitcoin price, look at this, guys, if the Bitcoin price, like I said, this price target around this $14,440 will be the lowest probability for it to be met, because just because you see these patterns doesn't mean it's guaranteed to meet the target. But from what I have seen in the past, like I showed you before, when you see these big patterns, usually they don't fail. They don't fail. No, not even once. But the difference is, this is a different one, because the patterns I showed you before, all of those were breaking out to the upside. None of them broke down to the downside. It never lost support around those levels. So in this case, from what I'm seeing, this is the first time we see a big pattern like the one I'm showing you right here in the weekly time frame, where the price target, where the Bitcoin price is losing that support. And if you add the Shemitah, and also this is not any ordinary Shemitah, this is not any ordinary 7-year cycle. This is a super Shemitah, because it's a seventh cycle of the 7-year cycle. Again, I'm gonna repeat that again. It's the seventh cycle of the 7-year cycle. So it's 49. Usually those are 50 years, and when those times come, big watch-outs come for the financial markets, and you can look that up. Okay, I encourage you to verify that for yourself. Like I really did. So I'm just telling you if you want to, but if you add that, the super Shemitah, this 100 simple moving average in a weekly time frame lost support, this yellow line lost support also. And right now, guys, the only thing holding the Bitcoin price from not reaching this $22,000 level is this horizontal support you see right here. Okay, if the Bitcoin price closes a weekly body candle close below this two horizontal lines right here, this $29,310 level and this $28,615 level, a body candle close, not a wick, a body candle close, expect that Bitcoin price to retest also this $22,000 with a more likely scenario, even more than before. And usually when you see these huge wicks, Bitcoin price likes to retest those lines, because it doesn't want to leave a huge wick like that and then continue on. That almost never happens. What happens is, when you have this huge wick, you will usually see the Bitcoin price maybe hovering around like this, but eventually retesting those levels to verify if the market is strong enough to not go below this level, or to retest these lines and then go up like this. So as far this body candle close in the weekly time frame has to close at least most of this week, at least to around this $25,980 level, at least for it to be a continuation to the downside or to the upside. Because right now, even the Bitcoin price does this, most likely will just do this. Remember, it's my opinion. This is what I'm using, technical analysis. I'm using the past to predict the future, okay? And the more likely, I identify the patterns, and I told you, hey, 10 out of 10 times, this is the amount of times this has passed. If it's 8 out of 10 times, you can be sure it's gonna most likely be met. That's going to most likely complete. But that's why there's probabilities. But remember, super Shemitah, and if the Bitcoin price doesn't hold this around this, if the only scenario, like I mentioned before, where I see the Bitcoin price retesting $14,440 level will be only if, first three things, if the S&P 500 pulls back 40 to 50%, which will most likely guarantee happen, my opinion, I already did my research, you can look at the 7-year cycles. We're in a super Shemitah. That's another big thing. Third, here, since we're in a super Shemitah, that 40 to 50% pullback in the S&P 500 will most likely be met. And also, if the S&P 500 pulls back, the Bitcoin price will also pull back. So right now, the ultimate two supports will be around these levels. I'm going to show you guys very quickly here. This level first. If the Bitcoin price loses its 200 simple moving average as support, this pink line, that will add strong confluence for the Bitcoin price heading to this $14,450 level. And also, if this loses support, this previous all-time high for the Bitcoin price around this $19,693, if that support doesn't hold, then I would say, hey, it's almost guaranteed for this Bitcoin price to meet this target all the way down around this $14,440 level. Okay, after those both things are met, and it will also make sense because you will be retesting this level over here this week, which also didn't get retested, and you can see the confluence, boom, and will meet this previous resistance, which wasn't flipped as support. So oh my gosh, I just noticed that. I noticed a bit. I already noticed it before, but I just noticed again. So wow, those both supports will be very strong. So guys, if this happens, if you see the Bitcoin price going to $20,000 and $14,440, will you get scared and not buy the dip, or will you buy the dip? That is the question. I know I am going to buy that. So, but remember, guys, it's not a guarantee, but these are the most likely scenarios. I'm just showing you guys, and the Bitcoin price doesn't have to go all the way down around this targets. It can even go all the way down around here. Maybe even hold this $20,000 and then go back. But I'm just showing you the technical targets from technical analysis, what usually happens. So yeah, in my opinion, in summary, if the Bitcoin price starts losing this $28,632 level as support, a weekly body candle close below that line, my opinion, most likely guarantee for this price target to be met, this $22,000 level. And also, remember guys, also in the Bitcoin weekly time frame, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and almost 8 weeks in a row in negative bearish weekly body candle closes. So it would make a lot of sense also if this gets retested as resistance around this $35,000 level. So remember guys, I also wanna mention this. If the Bitcoin price gets a bounce around this $35,000 level, that doesn't mean anything in regards of this being a bullish momentum to the upside for the moment, right? Because remember, it will just do this and just confirm this as a resistance and then get rejected and come back around this. It will make a lot of sense this way. This will make a lot of sense for this to get retested as resistance because of the big pattern, and then get rejected and come back around this level, so around this $23,000 level. If the Bitcoin price does that movement, then this line will be all the way around here, around this almost $24,000 level around here. So remember guys, this is the long term right now. The Bitcoin price is not showing great signs in the short term, but remember, if you look into the very long term, the Bitcoin price has been in the bull market ever since it was created. So no worries about that. So no worries, dip, and here would be potentially the dip around these levels, and then keep going higher. So the only way for the Bitcoin price to be bearish in the long term, if it loses this $3,880 support level, that will confirm the long term for the Bitcoin price to be bearish. But as long as these higher highs keeps coming in like this, doesn't matter, it would just keep going up like this because it has a 100% success rate so far, and I would not bet against what's the highest probability, which is to the upside. So if I'm gonna bet on that, I'm gonna buy long and do that. But remember, this is not financial advice. This is what I'm seeing right now on the Bitcoin price. And also, a very interesting thing I noticed right here, using the Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve. Right here, you can see that this was supposed to be strong support, but it even lost support. The only when the Bitcoin price loses this support using this Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve, usually that's a very good buying opportunity. It's not financial advice. So yeah, guys, as you can see, the Bitcoin price has been following this support line you see right here since here. Boom, support, support here, support, support, all the way down around here since the beginning. Boom, all the way out. Look at that. And the only instance where the Bitcoin price lost this support for a long time compared to the previous history was because of this incident right here of the C dump right here, and then reclaimed that back and then went higher. And now you can see right here the Bitcoin price is starting to lose this support line right here. So usually it doesn't last that long, only in emergencies like incidents you see right here. So because of the super Shemitah, this will most likely be the second incident. And from here, if you measure out from this loss of the support to this, it was around a 47% pullback. If this was supposed to be a 46% pullback, then it would be all the way down around here, $70,000. So if it were to repeat that incident again, which has a very likely scenario, so something's gonna happen around September to December, even before September, something big is going to happen that's going to make this price target to be met, because these price movements are going to do the movement anyways without the incidents most of the times. And when you already see these patterns, usually the incidents are coordinated in a way that follows exactly the timing in which these patterns are being met. So Bitcoin being a very new asset class, and also following the S&P 500 for the moment, but eventually it's gonna lose that as the Bitcoin price matures in its price and as a new asset itself. So yeah, guys, that's what I'm seeing right now with the Bitcoin price, guys. So in summary, just buy for the long term, okay? Doesn't matter if you bought this top, if you just hold that even for years, you're gonna be in profit. The same here. You bought that top, doesn't matter if you hold that, you're gonna make more than oh my gosh. It's just be patient. This market rewards you if you're patient. If you're not, you're gonna be what most people are, impatient. The patient loses money because they're not in the long term. They're looking for short-term money. And when you're looking for short-term money in this market, you see so much volatility. You get scared, and then what you get most people is selling here, buying here, selling here, buying here, selling here, and buying here, selling, buying, selling, and they get the same thing. So just buy here and wait for the long term, and that's it. It's not that difficult once you know what you're looking at. But remember, you have to be consistent, and you have to have the habits, because if you don't have it, then you're not gonna do it, because your own body is gonna go against what you're not used to. So that's very important. You have to get used to what you want to do, because or else your body is gonna fight you. Because if your body's not used to what you're trying to achieve, then it's gonna be a big resistance against what you are trying to do. Remember, it's 10% conscious. It's 10% conscious against 90% conscious. 90% conscious is the habits. 10% is what you're planning to do in the short term right now. And if you want to do a long-term thing with what you're using that 10%, you have to repeat it again and again until you have that 90% advantage on your subconscious. But it's not easy, but that's how it works. And it gets easier once you have the habit. But most people don't know about that. So remember, what you want to achieve, it is very important that you get the right habits in your body and in your mind, primarily your mind, because that's where the habits come from. So yeah, guys, be consistent with your good habits. If you don't know what are good habits, you have to search and learn more about what you're doing, if it's right or wrong. The more you know, the more sure you are that the habit is going to be in regards of what you're trying to do. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this YouTube video, guys. So this video has been a very long one, but no worries about that. This video has been packed with full of very, very important information. Like, if you see this video and you're still learning, just watch it again, because remember, you have to create that habit of learning. You learn when you create that habit of repeating enough times until you know what to do. Okay? Usually what's hard to understand and to not follow, it's because you haven't repeated that single thing or repeated you learning about that enough times in order for your subconscious to be in that state, in order to absorb that. So yeah, guys, so leave a like, comment, and share this YouTube video with friends, guys, and also share this with people who you know that are trying to learn technical analysis and are in the crypto industry. This is very, very strong information, which I know most people don't know about, and this is just a way where you can just be prepared. If this happens, this happens. If this happens, this happens. These are probabilities, and the market is run by these patterns, like, period, end of story. I already showed you before. No, there's no doubt about that. Patterns are what makes the market, and of course, you also have the fundamentals, but the movement in the short term and mid-term and long term are almost always determined by the patterns, and the patterns will usually break out in the bullish side when you have those fundamentals in the right side. Okay, but news most of the times doesn't move the market. Only this one, and now the Super Shemitah, which another potential big event's gonna happen. Most likely, almost guaranteed. Like, it's just no doubt about that. It's just been happening for more than 100 years, even more than 200 years. So yeah, just look up Shemitah. Look at the 7-year cycles. You're gonna see what I'm saying. So also, guys, you can support my YouTube channel by clicking in the Patreon link in the description below, where you can get an elite, a VIP crypto investor membership, where you can get an immediate short-term buy opportunities, immediate short-term selling opportunities, live weekly long-term cryptocurrency price updates, Bitcoin tops and Bitcoin bottoms with certainty in the short term and in the long term. Also live updates, my buying targets, my selling targets. And thank you so much for watching this YouTube video, guys. Have a nice day, guys. Take care, guys, and peace out, guys. Follow me on my social medias, guys, and thank you so much for watching this YouTube video, guys. Have a nice day, guys. Take care, guys, and peace out, guys.